Most monkeys look cute, some look funny, but one tiny monkey looks like it walked straight out of a royal palace. With a long white mustache that makes it look like an old emperor, this little creature has fascinated scientists and animal lovers for generations. But its famous mustache is actually the least surprising thing about it. Hidden deep inside the Amazon rainforest, the Emperor Tamarin lives a life full of teamwork, clever survival tricks, and family bonds that are unlike almost any other monkey on Earth. The Emperor Tamarin is one of the smallest monkeys in the world, yet it has one of the biggest personalities. It lives in the tropical rainforests of Peru, Brazil, and Bolivia, where thick trees create a maze high above the forest floor. Most people will never see one in the wild because these monkeys spend almost their entire lives in the treetops. Down below, dangerous predators are always waiting. Up above, the forest becomes their playground, their home, and their safest escape route. At first glance, the Emperor Tamarin almost looks like a cartoon character. Its body is only about 10 inches long, while its tail can grow much longer than the rest of its body. The fur is mostly gray with yellowish or orange tones on the chest, but everyone's attention goes straight to the spectacular white mustache that curves down both sides of its face. Scientists believe this remarkable feature probably helps individuals recognize each other, and may also play a role in social communication. Interestingly, both males and females grow this impressive mustache. Although they look delicate, these monkeys are built for life in the trees. Their fingers are tipped with sharp claws instead of the flat nails found on most other monkeys. These claws act almost like tiny climbing hooks, allowing them to grip rough bark and race across branches with incredible confidence. Their long tails don't work like a monkey's extra hand, but they provide perfect balance while leaping through the forest canopy. Things get even more surprising when you discover how intelligent these tiny animals really are. Emperor Tamarins constantly solve problems together. Every day they must remember where fruit trees are growing, avoid dangerous predators, and travel through complex networks of branches without getting separated. Scientists have observed that they quickly learn from each other. If one monkey discovers a better food source or notices danger, the others pay close attention and often copy its behavior. Finding food is another daily adventure. Unlike large predators, Emperor Tamarins don't hunt big animals. Instead, they enjoy a varied diet that changes throughout the year. Sweet fruits make up a large part of their meals, but they also eat insects, spiders, frogs, tree sap, nectar, flowers, and even small lizards when the opportunity appears. Their flexible menu helps them survive during seasons when certain foods become harder to find. Watching an Emperor Tamarin search for food is like watching a tiny detective at work. It carefully examines leaves, peels back loose bark, and searches inside cracks in branches where insects love to hide. Every successful discovery rewards its patience. Even the smallest beetle or caterpillar becomes an important source of protein. But food isn't their only challenge. Every day is filled with danger. Harpy eagles patrol the skies above. Snakes hide among branches. Wildcats wait below on the forest floor. For such a small monkey, almost every predator in the rainforest sees it as a potential meal. Staying alive depends on noticing danger before danger notices them. Fortunately, Emperor Tamarins have developed remarkable survival skills. Their large eyes constantly scan the surroundings while different members of the group watch in different directions. If one monkey spots a predator, it immediately warns the others with a specific alarm call. What's fascinating is that researchers believe these alarm calls can even differ depending on whether the threat comes from the ground or from the sky. That tiny difference helps every member know the safest direction to escape. Communication inside the family is surprisingly complex. They don't rely on just one sound. Instead, they use whistles, chirps, trills, squeaks, facial expressions, body movements, and scent markings. Tiny glands allow them to leave invisible chemical messages on branches. These scents help define territory and tell neighboring groups that the area is already occupied. Scientists have also noticed something remarkable about their voices. Emperor Tamarins often participate in what sounds almost like a conversation. One monkey calls, another answers almost immediately, and the exchange continues back and forth. Researchers describe this as turn-taking communication, a behavior that resembles the rhythm humans naturally use during conversations. It shows just how socially organized these little primates really are. Family life may be the most heartwarming part of their story. Unlike many animals where mothers carry most of the responsibility, Emperor Tamarin shared childcare in an extraordinary way. Usually, only one dominant female gives birth within the group, often to twins. Raising two babies at once would be exhausting for any small monkey, so the entire family steps in to help. The father becomes one of the hardest workers in the rainforest. Soon after birth, he carries the babies almost everywhere on his back. Brothers, sisters, and other relatives also take turns carrying, cleaning, and protecting the infants. The mother mainly takes the babies back during feeding time, before another family member takes over again. This teamwork allows the young to receive constant care, while giving the mother enough energy to recover and produce milk. Watching tiny baby Emperor Tamarins cling tightly to the backs of their fathers is one of the most touching sights in the rainforest. It also shows that successful parenting isn't always about one individual doing everything. Sometimes survival depends on everyone working together. Social life inside the group is built on cooperation rather than competition. Most groups contain between 4 and 15 individuals. They spend much of the day grooming each other's fur, which removes parasites while strengthening friendships. Grooming may look simple, but it plays a huge role in reducing stress and maintaining peaceful relationships. Things become even more interesting when different monkey species meet. Emperor Tamarins are often seen traveling alongside saddleback Tamarins. Instead of competing for the same food, each species searches in different parts of the forest. One may explore higher branches while the other searches lower vegetation. Together they create more eyes watching for predators, making life safer for both groups. For such tiny animals, they move with astonishing speed. They can leap several meters between branches without hesitation. Their lightweight bodies allow them to bounce through the canopy almost effortlessly. Every jump must be perfectly timed because one mistake could send them crashing toward predators below. Their sharp claws give them another advantage. While many monkeys struggle to cling to vertical tree trunks, Emperor Tamarins can race up and down bark with surprising ease. This climbing ability opens feeding areas that many larger animals simply cannot reach. But perhaps their greatest adaptation is something much less obvious. Their brains are constantly balancing dozens of decisions every minute. Which branch is strongest? Where was the fruit yesterday? Which direction did that eagle fly? Who is carrying the babies? These split-second decisions make the difference between survival and disaster. Even with all these adaptations, life remains incredibly risky. Birds of prey such as hawk eagles and harpy eagles are among their deadliest enemies. Large snakes, including boas, can ambush them from branches. Ocelots and other small wildcats also hunt them whenever they descend closer to the ground. Young infants are especially vulnerable, which is another reason why adults never leave them unattended. Humans have also become a growing threat. Large areas of the Amazon rainforest continue to disappear because of logging, agriculture, mining, and road construction. Every section of forest that vanishes removes feeding areas, nesting sites, and safe travel routes. Although Emperor Tamarins are currently not considered among the most endangered primates, protecting their habitat is essential if future generations are going to see these remarkable monkeys living freely in the wild. Because of their unusual appearance, many myths have developed around them. Some people believe the long white mustache means the monkey is old or especially wise. In reality, even young adults grow the same impressive facial hair. Others assume the mustache is only found on males, but females proudly wear it too. Another common myth is that these monkeys make good household pets. In truth, they have highly specialized social and environmental needs that simply cannot be provided inside a normal home. Scientists continue learning new things about Emperor Tamarins every year. Modern research has revealed how sophisticated their communication really is. Some studies suggest they can recognize individual voices, remember long-term social relationships, and coordinate group movements with remarkable efficiency. Understanding these behaviors helps researchers learn more about the evolution of communication in all primates, including humans. One of the rarest facts about Emperor Tamarins is hidden inside their family structure. In many groups, not every adult reproduces. Instead, some adults willingly delay having their own offspring and help raise the babies of the dominant breeding pair. At first, this seems unusual. Why spend energy raising someone else's children? Scientists believe helping relatives survive also increases the spread of shared genes, making cooperation an incredibly successful survival strategy. And now comes perhaps the most astonishing discovery of all. Researchers studying Emperor Tamarins found that these tiny monkeys don't simply make random sounds. They often wait for another individual to finish before responding, following conversational rules that resemble polite human discussions. They avoid interrupting, respond within fractions of a second, and adjust their timing depending on who is calling. For such a small brain, that's an extraordinary level of social intelligence. The Emperor Tamarin reminds us that greatness isn't measured by size. Hidden high above the rainforest floor lives a monkey no bigger than a squirrel, wearing a royal mustache, raising babies as a team, protecting its family with remarkable communication, and proving that cooperation can be one of nature's greatest survival tools. The next time someone says the smallest animals live the simplest lives, remember the Emperor Tamarin. Behind that famous mustache is one of the most fascinating stories the rainforest has ever written.